Okay guys, Papa Salmon here, and today we're going to be talking about Q/pub player stereotypes. So, to those of you, if you help with this, big thank you, and also remember these are stereotypes. Don't take them seriously, it's a stereotype. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This dude, well, he's the kind of dude who thinks it's fun to glitch, you know? You know what I'm talking about. He's that dude who will kill you and be like, oh, but guys, this is funny, right, guys? Super funny, guys. And if you say anything about them hacking, they'll probably be either aggressive about it and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just a noob. Get good. But if they already haven't used glitches and they're being super obnoxious about how they're good, and you say they're not good at the game, even if they aren't good at the game, they'll probably threaten, to um, glitch you, as they like to call it. Yes, Epic, we get it. You love glitches. This is why no one likes to show you them. I mean, you're glitching with a class that has a heavy suit of armor. Is it really surprising that you're this dense? These guys will probably hang out in pubs. Um, what else is there to say about them? They'll probably also just chill. I mean, these guys don't really do anything wrong. They just treat pubs as if there's some kind of hangout. Like, these guys will probably be some of the first people in scrims, so they can even around in the beginning. And we'll probably be the last people to leave, just so they can still hang out. Otherwise, they'll be on a private server trying to figure out glitches. Unless you're Robux, who basically has no one to hang out with and will just spend their time alone figuring out weird glitches. So, nothing really else to say about them. Okay, so these guys will think, well, that they're really good at the game. Like, they think they're really good at the game. And I mean, I think they think they're sneaky good. Like, that kind of good. These guys will almost always play easy to abuse characters like Cyborg, the Rascal, or just charge shot as Reaper if they can't aim. So they'll probably make really smart remarks if they kill you, like Blazer Go Burr or GGEs. And I guess the big example of this is two, Kaz! Wait, didn't I already? Okay, never mind. I guess this one is a little different because they're not just a Reaper main. This is just any pub player, but it's still kind of the same thing. They can't aim, but the difference is they probably can't play any Clasher except for Zad. We all know who this is. Um, but yeah, but there's still some up and downs with our Clashers. But they charge shot and charge shot and charge shot. Oh, maybe throw in the additional body shot along with hitting the entire enemy team. And did I mention it was an accidental body shot? Oh, also, they feel proud about this. Yes, they do. These guys like constancy of two, who will ignore their child's needs to chase you across the map, just so they can electro ball you and get an epic electro ball and make themselves feel special. They'll probably be decent at the game, but they'll target you like they have aimbot. This was simple. This was going to be a rascal, and they're going to drop a turret wherever or whenever. And they're probably going to be a flanking route. So they're probably going to side lanes, all that. They're going to flank. They're going to drop a turret, and they like to call it a flank turret. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I should have never judged you for placing a turret randomly. I just figured it was the fact that your fingers glued to E. Okay, so the dropper. Just make it to where he puts turrets where no one's actually at completely, and you turn it into the backline. These guys just place turrets in already capped points or points that haven't even been touched yet. And when I mean touched yet, I mean points that aren't even activated yet. For example, Neo Tokyo. You'll see these guys a lot. They'll set up on Neo Tokyo. They'll put a turret up, and it's like, why are you putting a turret all the way behind here when the fight is all the way at point A? What are you doing? Oh my! I wish kick was a thing. Like you could kick people from servers. That's another thing. Let's start a petition to get people kicked from servers, guys. I want most people know what is there to say. They will always be playing Zindima. They will never heal you, no matter what. either because they don't know how to, they know how to and they ignore it, or they don't want to learn how to. I've literally met so many of these guys in pubs, and it's just so annoying because they know how to heal, and they just ignore you when you're at low health. And for some reason, they think something's going to change. I mean, I'm going to tell you now. It's been 3 years. Nothing is changing. That is not a freaking rampager like she used to be. Golly neutered her. She is done. Stop trying to relive the moments. Learn. Move on. These guys play Ghost. They roleplay as a turret. Probably will not grenade, and they will almost always scope in and will rarely back up when taking damage. This will only be low levels. I promise you. These guys are the dudes who get lost so easily. And you know what? You know when you went all the way to the last point on Black Peak because you spawned defense, then realized you were on defense, and went all the way back to attacker spawn to actually play the game. Yeah, everyone has been that way at some point. These guys tend to not know where to go on Neo 2 for point A, along with Castle, where they literally just go to the castle because they think that's what they're supposed to be defending. These guys get lost a lot. Everyone does it. Maps are big, you know. So there's nothing really to hate about these guys. Just lost. You may notice this name is very unique. There's a reason for that. These guys will literally somehow make having them on the team feel like two less players are on the team. And what I mean is they will somehow fail to do any damage, stay alive farther than just 10 seconds out of spawn, and then once you finish carrying the game, they'll say, oh, get ready for it, guys. GGEs. If they can lose, they will most likely blame it on the team, but never have an explanation at all for why it's the team's fault and not their fault. These guys will most likely play Reaper, sometimes, well, a lot of the time Cyborg, and surprisingly not Medic, but usually it's also Sheila. These guys are really fun. You can tell by the name if you're an anime weeb why I named them this. They are absolutely useless. They have no reason to play the game. They're literally just there to tilt people at that point, which is why they're so annoying to have on the team. And we all run into these guys at some point. There's no way you haven't run into one of these guys. If you haven't run into one of these guys, you haven't been playing the game long enough. You have not been playing the game long enough if you haven't run into one of these guys. I swear. Okay, so these guys are usually Sheilas, but can also be other clashers too. These guys think this is Valorant or some crap like CS:GO, where you can just go 2,000 IQ with 10 HP and come out on top. And because they live in this delusion, they always die. Usually it will be a Sheila with 20 health though. They'll probably try to, ult if it's a higher level player, so watch out for that, but otherwise, really predictable, and it's really sad. Okay, so next up we have those Reapers who fail to hit someone when they are standing still, when they are barely moving, when they are revving up a cyborg, when they are holding their shield up a certain height and have it low enough to where you can hit their head. These guys cannot hit any shots, and if you're a pro and you can't do this, it's probably because you're trying too hard and overthinking it. Otherwise, uninstall. Guys are basically in this funny thing where they have a case of I killed a pro, so that means I'm good at the game syndrome. And these guys will probably never forget it. In fact, they might just clip it. That epic kill. Heck, may I even mention that if they know a pro, they'll flex that too? These guys just really tend to be annoying though in reality. Like, no one likes them. But everyone's probably been one at some point. I mean, let's be honest. We all freaked out when we killed Sneaky that one time. Come on. And some of us probably clipped it. I'm not even going to lie. I did. You have the tunnel vision players who tend to not notice that there's 30 damage being done to them every 1.5 seconds, and they usually die to that. And they get really mad about that, and they wonder where that damage is coming from. They also seem to notice that there's a rascal looking up into nothingness every once in a while and just firing scrap at it. Huh. Wonder what that rascal's doing. I should not worry about that and focus on trying to get on the objective again. These guys hate whenever they get predicted hard or get outplayed. And because of this, they either get tilted and switch to other class that's easy to abuse, or they call you out for it and they'll also try to get anyone they can on their side so they can warn you. It's funny because whenever they find out that you're not hacking, or even if they think you are, they just report you. And, Roblox isn't going to kick them. Roblox is crap. But other guys, getting back on topic, even if another pro says that you're not, they'll still be like, nah, you're hacking, G. It doesn't matter who vouched for you. The creator of the game could vouch for you, and they would still think you're hacking because they're bad at the game, and they can't accept that they got predicted by someone who's been playing the game for a couple years now. So, yeah, they can't get over that little accusation a lot. And it could be a level 1, but it's usually level 30s to 50s, and they're not as common as you would think they are, but they still are common enough to where the point of where we have to deal with them a lot. And boy, are they in for a surprise when they meet Epic. And don't switch clashers, otherwise you're a tryhard. You can't play any other clasher. Isn't this fun? These guys play Reaper and abuse the fact that they constantly have 1,000 ping, and we'll use it to their advantage quite a lot. So I guess don't be surprised if all your teammates start magically disappearing and taking all this damage from out of nowhere. Oh, and if you magically take 225 damage, um, just hop servers. To be honest, I guess it's a double-edged sword at the same time because at the same time they could like dish out all that damage, but they could have like died while doing it. It's a weird thing. They can die easily because they're standing still for you, but you can also die really easily because they're probably gonna hide somewhere really really far away and hit headshots on basically models that aren't moving at all. So double-edged sword, but still it's very annoying. Just hop servers. Okay, we all know who this is. This guy just joined the QClash Discord server. Um, maybe he joined the Vibe server, probably not, but maybe he joined the Scrim server too. He's just getting in the QClash. We're going to be around level 20, maybe even 1 to 50. It's very common, not too uncommon for these guys, but they'll join the group, the Roblox group, so they get the groupie thing in the Discord, and then after that, they will proceed to ask some pretty groupie questions. They'll ask, hey, who should I main? Is there another currency in the game? Oh, can someone help me get this medal? What's the fastest way to get gems? Who should I pick, Cyborg or Decker? And then we have those who ask the famous 4-year-old question, which to this day has still not been answered. Also, if you're watching and you just saw that awesome lecture ball, please sub. That was awesome. But anyway, back to the amazing 4-year-old question. When is the game updating? But with that, guys, thank you for listening, watching, whatever you did. I would be fine if you played this in the background. That's kind of what I go for when I make these videos. Something that either you can actually watch if you really feel the need to, or that you can listen to in the background. But I really hope you guys enjoyed these a lot. This was made by some of the pros in the community, so like these are where some of these stereotypes are coming from. Some of these stereotypes I already had in my head, but some of them really help with the pros, remind me of them. Remember, these are stereotypes. These are not meant to be taken seriously, so it's just a joke. But there obviously is some truth behind why the stereotype exists. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you yet again, everyone in the Vibe server, for helping me out. I'll leave a link to that in the description. So, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe. It's free. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. Till then, guys, really, keep watching. Also, I will be releasing a video on the update for Zad to explain that. So that is cool too. So, like I said before, keep watching.